Hello everyone, welcome back to another session of social class. I am Kavita here to present and as well as to introduce a new lesson from history part, that is unit 3, the impact of British rule in India. In today's session we are going to learn on these main topics. Those are introduction and administrative and judicial system. From this topic, today we are going to learn on these main topics. Let's start our class with the introduction about the concept. Yes, we already discussed about in previous two lessons, isn't it? Yes. In the first lesson, the Europeans arrived to India. So, because for many Europeans' intention to establishment of their trade center in India, so that they arrived to India through the sea route. Then who found sea route? Yes, it is none other than Vasco da Gama in the year 1498. By the successful of new sea route to India, many Europeans arrived to our nation. In the beginning, they arrived to India because for as a trade companies, as a trade countries. So many Europeans arrived to India. In the first who arrived, Portuguese, Dutch, British, at last French. So Portuguese and Dutch, they are unable to face competition from the British and French, so that they withdraw from the both the countries, they limited in their trade centers. The later on, the war started between British and French, we call Carnatic Wars. After end of the Carnatic Wars, who gain upper hand in eastern part of India? It is none other than British. As a result, French East India Company had lost their powers in South India, because each and every one European countries arrived to India as a trade companies. Later on, by the capturing of the lack of unity among the Indians, they want to establishment of their power in India, because Indian rulers among the lack of unity was there among the Indian rulers. By the capturing of that lack of unity, the British and the French, they wanted to start their power in South India, so that the war started between British and French, we call Carnatic Wars. The later on, they want to extend their power towards the Bengal region. In that, who won? Of course, it is none other than British. In which war? Battle of Plassey and Battle of Buxar. By these two wars, British was successful an European nation to control most of the eastern part of India by the two wars, that is Battle of Buxar and Battle of Plassey. So that the British, the next they want to extend their power in the southwestern part of India and as well as northwestern part of India. In that also they successful, because in second lesson we discussed Anglo-Maratha wars and as well as Anglo-Sikh wars. By the conducted many wars, British was successful to control India. In the beginning, they arrived to India as a traders. The later on, by the advantages, by the capturing of lack of unity among the Indian rulers, that the main advantages for the British to control all over India. ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂಥ ರಾಜ್ಯರ ನಡುವೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಯುನಿಟಿ ಇದಿಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ. ಆ ಒಂದು ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುನಿಟಿನ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತಂತಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಡೀ ಇಂಡಿಯಾನ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ by the implemented many wars and as well as many policies. As we studied in previous lesson, subsidiary alliance and as well as doctrine of lapse, because to control Indian rulers. By the many wars, by the many policy, finally the British was successful to control all over India. The next target, they wanted to start administration in India. Basically, British implemented divide and rule policy in India. ಒಡೆದು ಆಳುವ ನೀತಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿನೇ ಜಗಳ ಹಚ್ಚಿ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯರ ನಡುವೆನೋ ಒಂದು ಯೂನಿಟಿನ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದೇ ಅವ್ರ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ದ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರೂಲ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. ಸೊ ಬೈ ದ ಮೆನಿ ವಾರ್ಸ್ many policies, next target to control all over India by the administration, by their own administration, so that they implemented many system in India. Yes, so many system like about administration, judicial system, police system, education, land taxes. By these system, the British want to give administration in India. This is the concept about introduction. Yes, let us discuss about the first one, administrative system in India, that is civil services. Then who introduced civil service in India? Why they introduced civil service system in India? Yes, civil service system was implemented by Lord Cornwallis. Civil service system was introduced by Lord Cornwallis because to appointing employees for the British East India Company because for trade. Why they introduced? Because to appointing employees for the British East India Company as a traders. So that Lord Cornwallis introduced civil service system in India. Then later on, the British East India Company given chance to all the private workers to start trade. In the beginning, Cornwallis was introduced civil service system because to appointing employees, because for why? As employees for the British East India Company as a traders. The later on, the British East India Company given the best opportunity to the employer to start trade. By these all opportunities, British East India Company they are doing corrupt. So that in the year 1773, Regulating Act was introduced to control civil service. Why 1773 a Regulating Act was introduced? Because to control corrupt in the company. So in the beginning, Cornwallis was introduced because to appointing employees for the British East India Company as a traders. The later on, the British East India Company had given opportunities to private sector traders. By all these chance, the British companies made up corrupt, so that the 1773 Regulating Act was introduced to control corruption in the companies. The later on, Lord Cornwallis was established a college. That college name St. William College in Calcutta in the year 1800. Lord Cornwallis started St. William College in Calcutta because those who want to join civil service, those who want to join civil services, so that Lord Cornwallis started a college at Calcutta. That college name St. William College. When it was started in the year 1800. Up to 1853, from 1800 to 1853, the the workers was appointed by British East India Company only. That ನೇರ ನೇಮಕಾತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. From the 1800 to 1853, direct appointment. Job it means ನೇರ ನೇಮಕಾತಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ, ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ಆಫೀಸರೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ completely, but it not support for any Indians. Higher job reservation was belongs to only for Britishers. So that in the year 1800, Lord Cornwallis started college at Calcutta, St. William College, because those who want to join civil services. And up to 1853, direct appointment. ನೇರ ನೇಮಕಾತಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. 1853 onwards, the competitive exams are started. Up to 1853, direct appointment. ನೇರ ನೇಮಕಾತಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. 1853 onwards, the civil service appointment was taking through the competitive exams. Even they conduct competitive exams, even higher jobs were reservation or belongs to only for British, and the lower jobs were reserved for Indians. In that also partiality between British officers and as well as Indian officers. The Lord Cornwallis had given statement for Indian people. That statement we call all the natives of Hindustan completely corrupt. This statement was given by Lord Cornwallis. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ಕಾರ್ನ್ವಾಲಿಸ್ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಹಿಂದೂಸ್ತಾನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಪ್ರಜೆ ಕೂಡ ಭ್ರಷ್ಟ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನ? ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ಕಾರ್ನ್ವಾಲಿಸ್. Lord Cornwallis had given a statement for Indians. The statement is all the natives of Hindustan completely corrupt. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಹಿಂದೂಸ್ತಾನಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಭಾರತೀಯರು ಭ್ರಷ್ಟ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. Later on, the lower jobs were belongs to or reserved for Indians. Even competitive exams also they conducted, but did not support for any Indians. This is the concept about civil services. Next, move on. Another important administrative system of British, it is none other than the judicial system. The judicial system was introduced by the British in their according to their own way. As before going to learn the judicial system concept, as we already discussed in the first lesson, the Battle of Buxar. So Battle of Buxar was started in the year 1764 between British versus Mika Singh team. Yes. So by the end of the Battle of Buxar, we already know the outcomes of Battle of Buxar. So British had gained upper hand in the Bengal region. So after end of the Battle of Buxar, Shah Alam, he was the Mughal ruler. He was the ruler of Mughal dynasty. Shah Alam had given his right to British East India Company. Which rights? Diwani rights. Shah Alam, he was the ruler of Mughal dynasty. He had handed over to his rights to British East India Company. Which rights? Diwani rights. Diwani rights in the sense to collect land taxes. Battle of Buxar outcomes ಏನು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಲೆಸನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಶಾ ಆಲಂ ಮೊಘಲ್ ರಾಜ ತನ್ನ ಒಂದಿರುವಂತ ಅಧಿಕಾರನ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ? ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷಿಗೆ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಅದ್ಯಾವುದಲ್ಲಿ? ದಿವಾನಿ ರೈಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ದಿವಾನಿ ರೈಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್. Shah Alam II hand over to Diwani rights to British East India Company, and later on Robert Clive was introduced a dual government concept in the Bengal region in the year 1765. So these are all concepts we studied. The later on the British East India Company had introduced the systematic judicial system in India. So before that, Bengal region, it was one of the richest region, so that the British wanted to control the Bengal region. And after end of the Battle of Buxar, outcomes we know. Shah Alam II given Diwani rights to the British East India Company, and Robert Clive introduced dual government concept in the Bengal region. This is the concept. That dual government concept, it only belongs to the Bengal region only. The later on, the British, they wanted to start a new system, new type of judicial system in India. Then who introduced the judicial system in India? It is none other than Warren Hastings. Warren Hastings was introduced the judicial system in India in the year 1772. In the year 1772, Warren Hastings introduced the judicial system in India. Next here, the two types of courts were needed to provide the best in each district. So two types of courts was introduced by British. We call Diwani Adal and the Fauzdari Adal. A new two types of courts in each district, because to provide the best administration only. That we call Diwani Adal and Fauzdari Adal. Then what do you mean by Diwani Adal? Diwani Adal in the sense civil court. Diwani Adal means civil court, and Fauzdari Adal means criminal court. why they start these two types of courts? Because to provide the best administrative system in every district. So judicial system concept was introduced by Warren Hastings. In the late on, a new two types of courts were introduced in each district because to provide the best administration system in India. That we call Diwani Adat and Fauzdari Adat. Diwani Adat in the sense civil courts. Nagarika Sevega anta ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Fauzdari Adat in the sense criminal court. So Fauzdari Adat dealing criminal court in the sense ಕಳ್ಳತನ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗಿರಲಿ, ದರೋಡೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬೇರೆ ತರ ಒಂದು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. So these two courts introduced because to provide the best administration system in India. In every district, in each and every district had these two types of courts, civil courts and criminal courts. Now we are calling in generally we calling in judicial system civil courts and criminal courts. But civil courts in earlier names Diwani Adat and Fauzdari Adat. It is a criminal court. ನಾವಿವಾಗ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇದನ್ನ ಬೇರೆ ನೇಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿನ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕರಿತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಕೋರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ನೇಮ್ ಏನಿತ್ತು ದಿವಾನಿ ಅದಾಲ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಇತ್ತು, ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ ಕೋರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ನೇಮ್ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಫೌಜ್ದಾರಿ ಅದಾಲ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ each and everything here criminal courts were under qazis. Qazi ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. each and every one criminal courts were under qazis. So this is the concept about the judicial system. Next move on, another important administrative system in India, that is police system. So police system was implemented by Lord Cornwallis because to control internal law and order. So police system was also one of the most important administrative system in India. It was introduced by British. His name Lord Cornwallis. Why introduce police system in India? Because to control internal law and order. And as well as Lord Cornwallis had created new post, that is we call SP. Then what is the long form of SP? I think you heard the name, the post name in police department. SP in the sense Superintendent of Police. So the SP, a new post was created by Lord Cornwallis. And as well as Lord Cornwallis had divided stations in every district, and each and every one stations were under Kotwal. So Kotwal, I mean stations ಯಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತವೆ, Kotwal ಅಂದ್ರಲ್ಲೇ ಬರ್ತವೆ. And as well as he put in every village ಚೌಕಿದಾರಸ್, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಚೌಕಿದಾರ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕೂಡ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. Again once I am repeating here, the police system was introduced by Lord Cornwallis because to control internal law and order. And as well as Lord Cornwallis had created that new post that we call SP. SP in the sense Superintendent of Police. So he Lord Cornwallis divided into stations in every district. He divided district into many stations, and every stations were under Kotwal. And as well as Kotwal was made up, it means Kotwal is one of the head. The stations were under Kotwal, and as well as in every village Chaukidar was there. Even police system, high post was reserved for only for British, and the lower post was reserved for Indians. When he introduced direct appointment was there in the late on in the year 1902. In the year 1902, each and every one in the police department, each and everything was taking through the competitive exams. They put a particular education, particular qualification, those who want to join the police department. ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಯಾರು ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಆಗಿ ಇಂತಿಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಈಚ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ is taking through the competitive exams. So this is the concept police system. And next, the last topic from this lesson, from this concept, that is military system. So, military system was made up by British. Even in military army, many Indians were there because to control India. The British system, was a military system was made up British. In the British army, only Indians were there because to control India internal. In each and everything, ಅಂದರೆ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತೀಯರನ್ನ ಅವರು ಬಳಸ್ಕೊತ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ಆರ್ಮಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಸೈನ್ಯಗಳು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಸೊ ದ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ದ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಮಿಲಿಟರಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಟು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ India. Even military system, the partiality between British soldiers and as well as Indian soldiers, high post and high post was reserved for only for British. Even India could reach only one post, that is Subedar. ಸುಬೇದಾರ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಮಿಲಿಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಆ ಪೋಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದವರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲ್ಪಟ್ಟ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಪೋಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಅವರು ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ರೀಚ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಶಾಲಿಟಿ ವಾಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಸೋಲ್ಜರ್ಸ್. ದ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಸೋಲ್ಜರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ಓನ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ಕೂಲಿ ಸೋಲ್ಜರ್ಸ್. ಭಾರತೀಯ ಸೈನಿಕರು ಬರೀ ಕೂಲಿ ಸೈನಿಕರಾಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರ್ಕೊತಾರೆ. ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ಆರ್ಮಿ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಸೋಲ್ಜರ್ಸ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಯಾನಿಕ್. ಅಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತೀಯರಿಗೆ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ ಲೋಯರ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ರಿಸರ್ವ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ Indians. Because Indians could reach only one post, that is Subedar. By this concept, today we have completed one part from this lesson, and remaining topics we will study in the next session. Till then, keep watching video. Thank you and have a great day.